Hello, and thank you so much for clicking and for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, then why not subscribe, leave a like, and of course leave any thoughts, comments and feedback that you have on the video, because all that good stuff helps me when I'm creating future content. Also, just want to say a big thanks to those people that have subscribed already. This is a new channel which I'm trying to grow, and I do appreciate all of your comments as well. If I haven't got back to you already, then I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. But if I can get my breath back, tonight Manchester United have gone to Turf Moor and they have beaten Burnley by a goal to nil. Paul Pogba with an outstanding performance, which left me frustrated. He got the winning goal, and I'll tell you why I am frustrated with Paul Pogba in a minute. But first, I just want to give a big shout out to Burnley Football Club, because you know what? You hear it all the time, and there is a lot of negativity that surrounds Sean Dyche and Burnley, and it frustrates me. I'm not a Burnley fan. I'm a Manchester United fan, 26 years, but it frustrates me because I'm also a realist, and I recognise that there are teams in this league, teams all over the world that have a bigger net spend and that have better players than Burnley, and that's just a fact. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful to any of the players at Burnley Football Club. That's just the way it is. So Burnley's objective at the beginning of every season is to maintain their Premier League status. Now, do I enjoy the games that I've watched when I've seen Burnley play? Not particularly, no. But do I understand why they play the way that they do? Yes, I do. Yes, they're pragmatic. Yes, it's not pretty. But if it's effective and it gets them results and it keeps them in the Premier League, and it and being in the Premier League, let's not forget that that generates more revenue for them. Even if even if some of us don't like the way that they play, even if we don't like watching Burnley, you have to respect what Sean Dyche has done at Burnley Football Club. You know, I could sit here easily and say, "Oh, Burnley they're boring. They play terrible football, and I could just take the piss all day long, basically." But I'm not going to do that, because you know what? They've beaten Arsenal this season, and regardless of whether Arsenal are in good or bad form, they've still gone there and they've still got a result. And you know what? For the first 15 minutes of this game, I thought they were the better team. I thought they came out with a purpose and an energy, and they caused us problems. So I don't think it would be right for me to sit here and say I thought United were just going to go into this game and obliterate Burnley, sweep them aside, and then look ahead to the game against Liverpool. I think that would be really disrespectful. And I actually didn't think that before this game. Whenever we play Burnley, I'm a realist. I know what you get when you go to Burnley. You know, they're a big physical team. They'll put men behind the ball, and they will make it difficult for you. You know, they're not just there to make up the numbers. I think some people, as I say, some people have this attitude. You know, there's a snobbery surrounding certain teams from fans of teams at the higher end of the league. I think there is definitely a snobbery. They just look at Pep Guardiola at Manchester City or Klopp at Liverpool, and they just think that's the way it should be played. They play the right. You know, they've got the players. They've got the players, and they've got the money, and they're at a club that allows them or makes it easier for them to implement their philosophy. It's much easier for the likes of Klopp and Guardiola, to get their teams to play the way they want to. You know, if it's not working for a certain player, then they just go out and get another player. It don't work like that for Burnley. Don't work like that for Sean Dyche. So fair play to them. And I thought in the first half, they matched United. First 15 minutes, I thought they were a better team, and United came into it more towards the end of the first half. But I think Burnley matched us in the first half, and in the second half, as they got a little bit more fatigued, United found those little pockets of space, and eventually they got the goal. from Paul Pogba, and he went on to win the game. There was a bit of a scare towards the end, but United really were comfortable after that first goal. But now I'm going to tell you why I'm frustrated with Paul Pogba, who was probably my man of the match. It's either Paul Pogba or Luke Shaw, but I'll probably give it to Paul Pogba. He probably just edged it based on his goal and his pass rate, because I thought his passing was excellent tonight. Now I've been one of the biggest critics of Paul Pogba. When that news broke about him probably leaving and all the circus that surrounded him, and it wasn't just before the Leipzig game a few weeks ago. This has been going on for a few years. Rumblings of him being unhappy or wanting to go and play somewhere else. The circus that surrounds him, it's been frustrating. But you can sort of accept that. You can grit your teeth and you can accept it if his performances on the pitch, match the value that we pay, the amount of money that we paid for him. If he was consistent, if he was putting 8 or 9 out of 10 performances in every other week, then you'd go, you know what? Fair enough. If he wants to go, he's contributed, and he's done it, and he's shown he's a quality player. And we've only got glimpses of it over the last several years that he's been at the club. We've only got glimpses of how good Paul Pogba can be. Over the last month or so, month and a half, it's just like he's blossomed. It's just like it's like he wants to play, and he is playing, and he's performing at the level that we expected him to perform at when he arrived at the club. This is the Paul Pogba that I've wanted to see for years. His goal against West Ham was outstanding. The movement, the brilliant. But that goal tonight, the way he took it. But it's not just that. It's something has changed. Something about his work rate. His passing is so good tonight. The way he was passing the ball. There were times where he was tracked back, and there's something about Paul Pogba. Something has changed. Now, I don't know what it is. Now, personally, I didn't want him at the club after what happened in Leipzig. The whole circus surrounding him is a distraction, and I don't like it. And I've never liked it with any player. But when it's happened with other players, at least you can say, but look at what they've done. Look at what they've done. And Pogba hadn't done anything. He still hasn't won a league title with us, or a European Cup. He's won some trophies with us, and you shouldn't take that away from him. I can't take that away from him. But the last few games, he's just stepped it up another level, and he's become so important to us. Now, I don't know if that's the influence of Fernandes, playing with Fernandes, whether it's just the fact that the team is building momentum and he's feeling confident, he's feeling good. But I get so frustrated with Paul Pogba because I've wanted to see this Paul Pogba for the last few years, and I've just not been seeing it. You'll get a good game every now and again. When Ollie arrived, it was suddenly like he stepped his game up. A lot of people said, "Oh, he's outstanding." For me, he was just playing well. But because we weren't seeing him play well, or I certainly wasn't seeing that, everyone sort of jumped on the bandwagon, and then he sort of dropped off again. And I know he was injured last season, and I know, different things have happened, but I get so frustrated with Paul Pogba because we have this entire circus that surrounds him, but he can put on performances like that, and he was brilliant tonight. He was brilliant, and that's coming from me, who's been one of his biggest critics, because I'm one of these people that's never denied his talent, his quality, his technique, all the superlatives. I can give him all the superlatives. But he's just proving it now, and his performances are becoming more consistent. He's getting better. So, is he going to go? Do I want him to go? If he went, fine, just go. But I'm just hoping that between now and the end of the season, we don't hear any more from his agent. He just stays off the social media, and it's just about the football because he is a brilliant talent. And with the likes of Fernandez, I didn't think Fernandez had a great game tonight. But in a way, it's good that if he's not having a great game, we know that Paul Pogba is having a great game. And if they're both having a great game, that can only benefit Manchester United. I thought Rashford looked off the pace tonight. I don't know whether it was because Ollie was playing him in a different position. So he didn't look comfortable there. Came off and Mason Greenwood came on, but he didn't really get into the game because it was a little bit late at that point. But United are top of the league now, and you know what? This could all fall apart. We could lose to Liverpool. We could slip up against Fulham, and suddenly you're back, down further down the league, and suddenly it's just like scrambling around for fourth. But let's just enjoy it for now. Let's just take each game as it comes. I know that's an easy thing to say, but it's good that we are getting these results. Recently a 1-0 win against Wolves, really, really difficult game. That really difficult game, 93rd minute win. A difficult game in the FA Cup against Watford, 1-0. Clean sheets and a clean sheet tonight, a 1-0. Difficult place to go, Burnley. So I've been questioning this team's mentality for a while now, and at the minute they're showing that they can get results. They can play differently. They can play in lots of different ways. They're not just a counter-attacking team. They're finding ways of breaking teams down, like tonight, like against Wolves. Difficult game against Aston Villa, difficult game against Watford. Not the best game, but they got through it. And you've seen some of the other teams. The Leeds Premier League team fell apart against Crawley. So, you know what? Scrappy 1-0 against Watford in the FA Cup. We'll take it because they're through to the next round, and it's something else to build on. And that's something that we can build on tonight. We're finding ways of winning games. Something that we were criticised for last season was that we could win against the Big Six. We could beat Manchester City. We could beat Chelsea, but we couldn't break down these teams. Well, we've done it now. We're doing it. And Liverpool on Sunday is a massive game. Liverpool on Sunday is a massive game. Make no mistake about it. After that, we've got Fulham and Sheffield United. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see where we are after the Liverpool game. I still don't think we've got enough to win the league. What I am really interested in is our reaction to dropping points. So, say we lose to Liverpool on Sunday, then we'll drop points. How do we react to that? Because we haven't dropped points in the league since November. It was November, yes. It was the Arsenal game. So really good run in the league. Away from home, we're fantastic. Which stands us in good stead against Liverpool. Interesting. They are having incredible. I think it 66 or 67 home games unbeaten for them in the league. And for us, of course, it's a fantastic away record, which we want to keep going. So it might just be like a board draw, but I would take a point. I want to win, but we'll see. So it's a test of that mental strength as well. Just the final thing I'll say on that is that we've been chasing, and it's great when you're chasing the team down. Now that we're there, now that we're at the summit, and it's very early days, now that we're at the summit, if we beat Liverpool, it's a different mental challenge because City are clicking into gear. Liverpool will click into gear, and suddenly teams are coming after us. So a lot of these players, it's probably only David De Gea that's experienced being. Actually, it is. It's only David De Gea that's experienced being top of the league. In terms of the playing squad. I know Ollie and Carrick and Fletcher, the coaching staff, have been there. But that's the challenge now for Manchester United. Are they mentally strong enough to get a result against Liverpool and to maintain this form when they are the team at the top. That is what I am now looking for from us. I'd like us to start dominating games, but at the moment, I'll just take what we are producing. We're producing results. Producing results. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's ugly, but we're getting the job done. Unfortunate that we went out of the League Cup to Manchester City last week, but we've shown a good reaction, clean sheets, back to back, changed lineup in both games, and we've got through it. So let's see. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe? Leave me a like, and of course leave any thoughts, comments and feedback on the video, because all of that good stuff helps me when I'm creating future content. Thank you once again for anyone that has subscribed, and for anyone that I haven't responded to in terms of comments, I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. But until next time, it has finished Burnley 0, Manchester United 1, and I will see you all soon.